like, damn, you so fine, girl, what is your sign? She say I'm a Sagittarius, I'm a Capricorn, the beginning and end. I got a friend for your friend, hey, I'm making all of this money to spend. Deal stores buying.
Hey, I don't bite. All right, guys, so let's just jump straight right into everything. You already know we are doing a chit chat, get ready with me. And if I might say myself, I actually really love today's topic of discussion. But before we get into that, we are going to start with the obvious. My eyebrows are already done. I have a thorough, detailed video on how to achieve these feather-like natural eyebrows. So I'll link that up above as well as down below. My face is prepped, but it is not primed. I used my sunscreen, washed my face, of course, and some sunscreen. Gotta protect yourself from the UV rays of the sun, okay? Even if the sun is not out, like today, it's actually very, very overcast. It looks like it's gonna rain, but that's neither here or there because we will always protect our skin, okay? Okay, let me get some lip gloss on. I'm using this Boss Gloss lip gloss by my niece. I have two nieces, y'all, okay? They look just alike though. Next order of business, we are going to get into some primer. If you are not new to my channel, you already know what I'm priming with. It is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Everything that I'm using today will be linked down below, so don't worry, I got you. I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer in the color 370. I'm just getting rid of all these dark marks that I have, any 5 o'clock shadow, any bags. I do this step just to even out my skin tone so that underneath my foundation I don't have like any peekaboos. I don't know if y'all ever realized that, but like sometimes if you don't color correct, like underneath your makeup looks kind of gray, or you can see like some dark spots. I have a whole video on color correcting linked up above, so make sure you go check that out. It's just so funny how as you continue to do your makeup, like you just evolve. I remember watching YouTube videos like when I first started like my makeup journey, and I remember there was a YouTuber by the name of Elise Baleen, I think that's how you say her name, and she's the one that actually pointed out to color correct around your mouth, because she was like, you know, I have to color correct it, it's kind of dark, and I'm looking like, how is around your mouth dark? Like it looks fine to me. But then as I kept doing my makeup and I would like color correct underneath my eyes, then I would start noticing little things like, yeah, around my mouth is kind of dark. So I am not a stranger to people telling me, I don't see what you're talking about, but it's like I see it, and I see those little differences whenever I do my makeup and I do color correct versus when I don't color correct. But if you absolutely do not need to color correct, shout outs to you, girl. Shout outs to you. And look at this, my skin already looks like kind of even. And as always, I like to start off with my eyelids first. So we're gonna go into this Morphe palette. I actually got the name of this palette. Oh, this is the 35B palette. Wow, did not know this is what I reached for. We're gonna make it do what it do with this palette. I'm going like very neutral. So I'm gonna pick like the most neutral colors I can find out of here, and we can actually get the conversation going. So I asked you guys on Instagram, like, what are some interesting topics that you would like for me to go over, and this is what somebody said. They said, females not supporting each other because someone else put something in their head. Okay. So we're first gonna start off with this, like, I don't even know. Dang, these colors are they're colors. With women not supporting each other because of something that somebody else put in their head, I have mixed emotions about that. I do believe that there is wisdom in not going through something because somebody else has already gone through it. So it's kind of one of those things where if I've already gone through something and I can tell you the experience about it, that is for you to learn and not go through it. But again, as humans, we all experience each other differently. Sometimes I think it is whack, when somebody's like speaking negatively about somebody else because of their own experience, and then they try to, you know, recruit people and try to have like a hate bandwagon. And that's why sometimes you have to take what people say with a grain of salt, because sometimes it's not true. Or like, y'all ever seen like the meme on Instagram, and I think it's like a voiceover, like a TikTok kind of voiceover, and it's like, oh, if one person tells you that I'm a bitch, no, it's like one person can tell you that I'm a bitch, and another person can tell you I'm the sweetest person ever. Believe both those people, because I am a bitch. I was probably a bitch to them, and I'll be sweet to you. Something like that. And I believe that is so true. I feel like people perceive other people differently. And it's kind of like, I think I might regret this color. And it's kind of like that Instagram page, Raw Reviews. And I kind of touched on this topic before, like with cancel culture and stuff like that. People, hold on, yeah. Let me just do my eyeliner real quick. Okay, I was saying something about Raw Reviews. Are you fucking kidding me? Wow, that's very heartbreaking. Now I'm gonna have to put some black. Oh shoot, nah, this is going crazy. Yo, what? All right, so this is what I can do to this right now. I'm gonna come back to it when I finish the rest of my face, just because I kind of gotta not look at it for a little bit. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. When you pay attention to things like the raw review, that's somebody kind of putting a negative stigma on something, or like a brand or a business, before you can even, you know, get a chance to try it out yourself. Where that Instagram review page can be a blessing, it can also be a curse, because it's like that experience might not be your experience, you know what I'm saying? The way people tell stories, sometimes you don't even know if they're telling the whole story. It could literally be that that person went in there acting a plumb fool, and then the owner of the business kind of matched energy. Not saying that it's okay, but if you're working with people in customer service, people really be out of their rabbit ass mind sometimes. And you know, like even as a business owner, which I don't think is okay, I think you should still always hold your composure. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. But at the same time, it's like when you read certain reviews, it's kind of like, yeah, I would never spend my money at this establishment, or like I would never go to this girl to get my hair done. Literally, my niece the other day was telling me they like the service that somebody provided for doing their hair, but the person was like very rude. They're like nudging them. If you're standing in their way, I guess, and the girl had to get like a pack of hair, she's like, oh, move. You know, little things. So it's like a lot of times things are rooted in people's character, and you can just tell, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I feel kind of conflicted with this situation, because it can work the same way with people as well. Sometimes friends, sometimes people are like, that girl, you know, watch out for her, she does not have your best interest at heart, da 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 da. But in all actuality, it's like maybe she just didn't have that person's best interest at heart. Maybe the person that is saying that about her did something to her to make her move the way she moved. But then at the same time, people's decisions are also rooted in their character. So I just say be mature whenever you're dealing with people, you know, hear people out, but also make your own inferences, especially if it's something that you wanted to try out for yourself anyway. Just like with the hair salon, like if you really want to try out this hairstylist, let me say, if you want to try out this hairstylist and you know you're hearing like some mixed reviews, you know, I don't see anything wrong with going out and checking it out yourself. And if you get a shitty service, you knew it was up, but at least you got to experience that for yourself before you just didn't support the person. I'm just gonna let this dry down a bit. I know I like me a nice thick full coverage concealer. The eyeshadow is like kind of growing on me. You can still see the eyeliner. But we also cannot neglect the fact that women sometimes, like, we are just so catty. Like, I hate to put that stigma up against somebody, and that's why, like, I succeed, okay? I make it my business to be a very supportive person. Like, I don't throw shade. I'm not like, I mean, I always tell my story. I tell how I feel, but other than that, if I don't like somebody, I would never like throw shade. I would never like tell somebody, oh, don't hang out with that person because they're just like this, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'll tell my story to what's true to me, say what's true to me, and you know, I would never throw shade. And I don't know, I also don't find myself in those type of situations where somebody's asking me about a person, like a reference, and I'm like, yeah, don't do this because she's like that. Like, I just feel like that is so weird and so corny. But for some reason, like, when it comes to women, we can be so petty and we just have so much to say that's like so counterproductive in a way to like who we say that we are. When it comes to like women just shading each other and like trying to create these alliances and like say whatever Tanisha clubs and like trying to have a bandwagon, I just think that sometimes it's for the woman to feel like she's right and to feel supported, and you know, if I don't like you, then all these other people are not gonna like you. And I just feel like that is so corny. Like, it is so corny. Where it could possibly be true about that person, I just feel like let other people experience that for themselves. You don't need to be because at the end of the day, if you're doing stuff like that, I'm kind of gonna decide, you know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, okay, God forbid we have a fallout, but you gonna be saying to people, How are you gonna explain how I am to other people? Or are you gonna be throwing shade? Or are you gonna be like, oh yeah, don't watch her channel because I don't mess with her? Like, that's so corny. If you don't like somebody, just keep it at, oh, you know, they're not my cup of tea. But you don't gotta give a full rundown and try to create this whole alliance. Girl, trust me. Like, I feel like that is just so corny. And sometimes, like, as I've grown older, I do believe that it is so important to separate business from the person. Sometimes I think it's important to separate business from the person, because where a girl could provide me a bomb nail service, even not just subject this to hair, if where a woman could provide me a bomb nail service but she was a crappy person to somebody else, that is not my business. Like, not everybody I need to be chummy with, not everybody needs to be my best friend. I'm just paying her to do my nails. I don't care about nothing else she got going on in her personal life. When it comes to my family, I just feel like that's different. Like, I would never go support a business because, oh, it's a business. Because if my mama don't like you, my sister don't like you, my niece don't like you, I'm gonna just stay away from you. There's other people that sells cakes, you know? I'm just trying to throw out all kinds of businesses right now, but there's other people that sell cakes. But it's like, especially when it comes to women, one moment we're friends and the next moment we're not friends, you know? So it's like, I'm over here throwing mad shade to this girl. Yeah, girl, you don't like her, I don't like her. And then next moment, you know, you best friends with her again, or you're cool with her again. I could have been getting my nails done because she does nails fire. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I had nothing to even do with it. Again, I say this to say that I think it's just, honestly, I think it's just preference. I think it depends on who you are. I just think if you don't want to support somebody, then just keep it cute. We don't need to have these anti-person clubs and like be talking crap about people. It's like, if you don't like somebody, just don't talk about them. It's like homework. When I don't like homework, I don't talk about the homework. I don't look at the homework. I don't take the homework out my book bag. So I keep it like that when it comes to people. If I don't like somebody, there's nothing for me to talk about. Like, what am I talking about? And why am I about to sit here and create a whole anti-person club and try to not support this person? And again, if it's for catty reasons, then I don't agree with it. If something serious really happened, then that's where maturity and wisdom comes into play. And you can call those shots and you can say why you feel like you should support or shouldn't support. But all in all, my answer to this is to each their own, but just keep it cute. Let me just spray my face a little. I just feel like you should always have a mind of your own. You can take what somebody says or take it with a grain of salt. Use your head, be wise. You don't have to jump because somebody says jump. And I also state to be wise because suppose you have a friend that's petty, right? And your friend is problematic. She just always got a problem with somebody. She's always looking for a reason to cancel somebody. She's always looking for a reason to talk about somebody. But now she got you in a situation where she's trying to persuade you not to mess with a certain person or not to support a certain person because of something so childish and petty. And that's why I say just to be wise and know who you're friends with. Sometimes you might not let that friend go too, because it's like, girl, every time you have beef with somebody, I cannot have beef with this person. Every time that you feel like, oh, you want to wake up one day and choose violence, I am not going to wake up and choose violence with you. Like, come on, that's so whack. Because I do believe in loyalty, but at the same time, we're all grown, and that's where I come back to. We have to sometimes separate a person from what the person does. Now, if the person has like a business and they are a total ass about their business and they're just like crazy and just rude and disrespectful and like whatever, I get that. But like, I'm telling you, sometimes us females, we really have to do better, because it just comes off as just, you know, hateration. People say that anymore. It just comes off as like being a hater and just always in something. And I just feel like we're just too old for that. So if you genuinely like something that somebody's bringing to the table, or a service that they're providing, or a YouTube channel, or whatever the case may be, like I said, just have wisdom. This is not like a black or white kind of question. I don't know, underneath my eyes don't look brightly. Because for me personally, say for instance, my niece, because like we're really close. No, y'all, I am so mad. I did not even realize that my camera literally cut off while I was recording. So the part where I realized it cut off was when I was finished and I was telling y'all bye. But we're gonna keep the conversation going. So for me, this situation is not just black or white. I honestly just feel like there also comes a time where you have to take loyalty into effect as well. So for me personally, the people around me know I'm not the type of person that's gonna like throw shade at somebody or tell them like, oh, don't mess with this person because I don't like this person. Like, we pretty much know how to separate business from a person. Like, I might tell you I don't like this person, but I would never tell you like, oh, don't get your nails done by her, or oh, don't get your hair done by her, or oh, don't get cakes from her, or whatever the case may be. I'm not that type of person. I just know that people, the way I experience somebody can be a completely different way than somebody else experiences somebody. So dang, I made some really valid points before my camera cut off, y'all. I'm so mad. I'm so mad, but we stand, we here, that's it. And I'm gonna have everything I use linked down below. So mad. But it also comes a point where you also got to know who you hanging around and who you hanging out with. And is the friend that you're hanging out with, is she always in beef with is she always beefing with somebody? We are at the age now where we can't just always be beefing with somebody. And women, we have this tendency of where one moment we don't mess with somebody and we're talking to our friends about them and oh my gosh, don't hang out with this person, and then the next moment we're friends with that person. And I have been in that situation so many times. I actually had like I spoke about that a little bit, where my loyalty is like, if my friend don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. Like, that's it. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna mess with you. But then now that person and my friend are friends again, and now I'm sitting on the outskirts. Like, I thought we wasn't messing with her. Like, what happened, you know? So it becomes a point where it's kind of like embarrassing. But again, as I gotten older and I gotten wiser, I've realized like you can't move like that in every situation, especially if you have a friend that always falling in and out with somebody here and there, or you know, you just have to have wisdom. But at the same time, loyalty plays a big role as well. So comment down below, let me know how you guys feel about it. Like, do you feel like it is wrong when women try to put it in another woman's head, like, oh, don't hang out with this person, or oh, don't support this person? Do you feel like I stated, this question is not a black or white type of question, it's circumstantial. There are certain reasons why you shouldn't mess with somebody or support another person, or you feel like you can actually separate the person from the business or whatever it is that the support may be in that area. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. If I am supporting the person that my friend has told me something negative about, I will keep it in my mind, and I will know I would not make that person feel comfortable enough to cross certain boundaries with me. Like, that person will always know that my loyalty lies with my friend or with my family or with whoever. But at the same time, like, I'm paying you for a service, or you know what I'm saying? But the same token too, I'm also the type of person where I will skip you. Like, there are other people in this world that I can get a service from. I don't necessarily have to support you. And again, this all for me is just contingent on what exactly is going on, or how strongly the person that told me whatever feels about this person. Because honestly, it's not, sometimes the stranger or whoever the other person is not worth the friendship to me, or worth not being trusted to me. So yeah, that's about it on this topic for me. I flushed out my hair. I had it up in a pineapple, a little pineapple. You know, it wasn't a big pineapple, it was a little pineapple. I do have a thorough video on how to achieve this bomb twist out. I'll link that up above as well as down below. Before you guys go, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts and opinions. Like, are you like me, where you know you feel like this situation is not black or white? It's not like, oh no, don't mess with her, or it's not like, oh yeah, go ahead and mess with her. You know, comment down below, let me know how you feel. Let us know a situation where you felt like your friend wasn't being loyal because you didn't like somebody and she still went ahead and did her own thing with the person. Or let us know a situation where you felt like you didn't like a person but you would never tell somebody not to support them, like it's not that serious. Let us know, that people want to know. Comment down below. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.